Yo, St. James here with another edition of Brutally Honest Reviews, and let's cut the crap and go straight into the game. Anarchy Reigns. This game is pretty bad, and honestly, I think the reason why this game is bad is not necessarily because it's a horrible game. It's actually pretty fun. The biggest problem with this game is that it was released in 2013. Playing the game, you quickly realize through the character animations, through just the way the game plays, if this game was released back in 2005, 2006, or even 2007 when the Xbox 360 and basically PlayStation first came out, this game might have been successful. But the problem is, now, the graphics, the gameplay, it's all just boring because we've already seen it before. Sure, when you finish the cutscenes, when you finish the opening cutscene, you get out there, you learn the new fighting techniques, you learn how to use, if you pick the dark side, the saw, if you pick the light side, the swords or blades that come out of his foot and forearms. You quickly realize that that is all you're going to be doing. And that's mainly where Anarchy Reigns falls flat, is that there is no break from the action. And you don't even fight interesting people. Sure, there's a couple bosses here and there, but it's really easy to beat them. Like, you literally only have to jump in the air and quick hit them to build up your bar to use your special attacks, and then just use your special attacks, and it's just rinse and repeat. And obviously this is going to take away the fun of the game. Now, getting into the story, I don't really want to touch on the story, and I usually don't in these reviews because I don't want to spoil anything. If you are interested in actually jumping into these games and playing them, I want you guys to, feel something new. But this game, it does an interesting thing, or at least it does something that a couple games do and a lot of games don't, is that there are two separate storylines that intertwine with each other. There is the black side, which is mercenary style anarchist, and then there's the white side, which is a city official. And obviously the black side is going to be for anarchy, and the white side's against anarchy. And basically anarchy is the whole aspect of the game, hence the title, Anarchy Reigns. The biggest thing when you see in this game, I gotta stop saying that. Alright. Another thing you see in this game when you play it is that you will notice, or at least you'll feel three other games when you play this. You'll feel Metal Gear Solid or the Metal Gear series because of the way the bionics and the way the mechanical part of the game is shaped. A lot of the characters' bionic arms, or a lot of the characters' bionic headpieces look a lot like what you would see in Metal Gear Solid 4 or Metal Gear Rising. Another one is Borderlands. If you've played Borderlands, you understand the whole anarchy concept to that with Pandora, then you'll definitely kind of notice it, or at least see they were trying to attempt something similar to that. They did not pull that off very well. And the other one is Gears of War / Unreal Tournament. And that's really for the big characters, especially Jack, who is the main character for the black side. You'll notice that he is the very bulky, the very big, brolic guys. They look a lot like they should be in Unreal Tournament or Gears of War. So those are the three main games you'll notice. And you'll also see smaller things that point to those. For instance, the common people that you fight all wear masks and a hoodie, compared to the common enemies you face in Borderlands, who similarly wear a mask. So that's another thing you notice, but you just notice a lot of other things about it. Also, the main character, the white side, Leo, when you start the game, you'll notice he has a lot of similarities to Raiden from the Metal Gear Rising series, is that he has blades, though it's not the specific blades that he holds, it's his bionic arms and legs, it's how he doesn't talk that much, how he's almost always serious, and the fact that he uses just blades all over the place. Just his fighting style is very similar to Metal Gear Rising. The only big difference between Metal Gear Rising's Raiden and this character, Leo, is that Leo does not carry a giant katana. They have another character that does that. He carries 2 katanas, and he can go invisible, which also looks like it's based off of the Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid 4 series. But into the gameplay, like I said earlier, fighting is a major part of this game, and it is very boring. The boss fights aren't hard. The common people are just really annoying to face, and the biggest problem with the fighting is that it doesn't stop. In order to progress the story, not only do you have to beat the last level of the story, you have to kill a certain amount of people before you can get to the next story. So for instance, when you finish a mission, you will then have to wait around and just kill or fight 100, 200 people before you even get the next mission. And the next mission isn't always the next main story quest mission. Sometimes you'll also get the side missions, which in this game you don't really care for. A lot of the missions are boring, a lot of the missions are repetitive. Either go here, fight these people, defend someone trying to get from point A to point B while fighting other people, or it is a time trial. So there's no, and it's the exact same thing, it's just different similarities. The map is boring. So overall, Anarchy Reigns is boring. The multiplayer also does not exist in this game. What I mean by that is that not a lot of people picked this game up, or a lot of people who picked it up probably did not like it and returned it to GameStop or Best Buy or wherever they bought it. So if you do go to the multiplayer aspect of the game, be prepared to fight a lot of people who are rank 50s, who are rank 40s, 50s, people who know the game inside and out, and don't expect a four-player match, because that's the highest it goes from what I saw. Expect a one-on-one match, which is very boring. Anarchy Reigns overall, when I'm done with the game, overall I have to say Anarchy Reigns was very disappointing. Like I said, the biggest problem though is that it was released in 2013. If it would have been released when the Xbox or the PlayStation first came out, I believe it would have been better, or at least seen as a better game. But, you know, it's 2013. You need to add stuff in. Overall, I give Anarchy Reigns a 5 out of 10.